Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. Clack, clack, okay? If y'all are returning, welcome back. It's been about a good week since I went live and talked to y'all. And yes, I know I usually come on Mondays with the shows, but yesterday was Juneteenth. I was off of my 9 to 5, so I was like, you know what? It would be extra great if I just treated myself and took the whole day off from any job, including YouTube, even though this is a part-time type thing. So I hope y'all ain't mad I didn't come on yesterday, but life update, y'all. Life update, friends. I'm in the process of moving, or we are in the process of moving. And those of y'all know that's like top 2 of the stressful things that you have to do in life, okay? Is getting married and moving. And I don't know why the hell, somebody tell me, I'm gonna say it again. I don't know why the hell I decided to plan for us to move right after getting married. So it's not gonna be a 3-hour live. It's not gonna be 3 back to back to back to backs going on. So I just wanted y'all to help me get through this conversation, okay? We are going to wish you could watch Herc, Monique. Girl, I mean, let me know when you want to watch Herc. I wish you could. Herc would love it. He's back here. And I just got done touching up the walls because the walls was dirty from him moving around. So that's why Herc is in his cage today. So I don't think y'all gonna get much of Herc's face because y'all know last week Herc was about done with Love and Marriage Huntsville. But today, y'all, we are going to get through the 3 shows. Won't be in depth the way it was because I told y'all that I want this to be a conversation. So I hope y'all hit my line and call in. So what do y'all want to talk about first? Y'all want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta because I still mean what I say and I say it with my chest. Bye, Sonya. Bye. And I have to enunciate the why. Bye, Sonya. I still mean it, right? Girl, I don't know. I feel like we might need to save that for last because that was actually hidden for something this week, right? And then the other show that we have to talk about is Love and Marriage Huntsville as well as Love and Marriage DC. Won't spend too much time talking about DC. Y'all want to do Atlanta first? Y'all want to do Atlanta first? Y'all want to do Atlanta first because it was the best, or do y'all want to do Atlanta first because it didn't hit like that? Because y'all know we got to kind of pregame our way into it. Okay, I don't want to like do the best first. Are y'all sure? Because a lot of y'all are saying it. Okay, fine. I asked. So let me go ahead and listen. I asked. So let's move over to talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. And yes, y'all let me know if y'all saying Atlanta was the best. It was the best. I can't. Oh, because it's the best. We got a lot to say. Okay. So since it is the best, you know what? Hold on. Y'all give me a hot second. Hold on. We got Love Doctor and Tamia. Hold on. All right, we good. But y'all know what? What are y'all saying? It was the best. I kind of don't want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta first because it was the best. So I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna get through the other shows that y'all don't care about real quick. It's only one thing that we are going to talk about with Love and Marriage Huntsville DC. Okay. So let me go ahead and get through this. If y'all haven't, make sure y'all already liked the video. Make sure y'all already subscribed, all that good stuff. So basically, the biggest thing that happened on Love and Marriage DC, or Love and Marriage, should I say, is the sit down with the Silvas and the Samuels. Monique is saying that she feels bad. Did I do that? Did I do that? Yes, Amber. Be patient. Come on, y'all. Because y'all gonna hop off the live as soon as I finish talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got a pregame. I got this whole glass of wine. We got a pregame and get ready. So anyway, hey Jay Antoinette. The Silvas and the Samuels meet up. And I'm not really feeling the way that Monique is handling this situation, y'all. It's kind of reminding me of why I didn't like her on Real Housewives of Potomac. And a lot of y'all are going to feel some type of way about that because I know that the table was shook, okay, with what went down on Real Housewives of Potomac. And I feel like Monique is doing that thing again where she's being sneaky, she's playing strategic. Okay, we know you got to get the show popping, Monique. But girl, you really playing in our faces like you didn't know that Winter didn't really say that to Ashley's face. So my issue here is really all three of them can be gone because Winter really sat in Ashley's face and said, I would never talk about your marriage in a malicious way. That's not who I am. I wasn't doing that. Girl, you playing in our faces as well. That is exactly what you're doing. And I hate to say, y'all, but this episode was the first one. And I'm about to bring Tamia on and Love Doctor on. And whenever y'all come on, make sure that if y'all are listening to the video in another source, make sure that you mute that or else it'll echo. So I'm gonna add y'all to the call. But my thing is, don't play. Do not play like, we can't put two and two together. I actually agreed with Ashley this episode because Ashley really did only speak on the things that she knew about, which were the things that you told her. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about, what is this? I was going to say Real Housewives. Love and Marriage DC. Y'all let me know. Love Doctor, Tamia, y'all here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, hey.
Yep, I'm
Hey.
here. Can you hear me, Necey?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, I would say Love and Marriage DC is not it. It is not it. I would not be surprised if they do not get canceled.
Oh,
It's just not it for me. I've been watching or trying to watch them. This last episode, I watched the whole episode, but I just can't get into it. I just cannot get into it. I don't know if they're doing too much, too less. Um and what is her name here on the corner? She's a pure troublemaker.
you talking about
Um
Monique?
yes, she
Mm-hmm.
is a pure troublemaker. Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it's like you said, she stepped back like I did. Did I do that? You knew exactly what you did. You knew exactly what you said. You knew how you said it, and then didn't even try to take up for Winter when they were coming for her. Like, yeah,
Didn't I enjoy that Ashley? You could tell Ashley was reading through Monique's bullshit. Even though Ashley
Yep.
was beefing with Winter, she still
hmm
knew that
Yep.
Monique was responsible.
I agree. I agree. Like, this ain't the Monique that I was riding for. I'm very, very
Mhm.
disappointed in how she coming across. Like, I feel like you were given this platform, this like additional platform in this space to kind of like redeem yourself in a sense, or really kind of show us exactly who you are outside of all the other Potomac bull.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I would have to agree. I'm not gonna. I don't think this is gonna. Carlos, we may want to rethink this one. I don't know if they gonna get another season because it's just not giving. I'm gonna need something else.
I low-key think they're gonna get another season just based off of the show being backed by Monique Samuels. Like
Yeah, you know what? That's true. But
they think that it's big enough just because Monique is on here. And I mean, I do think people are interested in Monique and her husband's marriage because they are giving us something to talk about for sure. I think Monique wants to leave her marriage, but she don't really want to leave, and I think she's dealing with feeling guilty about it. So she keeps trying to make every little thing a thing that have turned
Yeah.
into big things. So it just looks bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, it seemed like this last episode, though, it seems like her husband is not on it for real. This last episode, he was more like, whatever, okay, you know, to her. It just seemed like he's no longer on I call it a storyline for these shows. You know,
Hmm.
he almost give me that feeling as if do whatever you gonna do, Monique. Just
Yeah.
do whatever you gonna do. That is what he's giving me now.
And that's what I called it. Last episode when I reviewed it, I said that Chris is in roll over and play dead mode. I think Chris is tired of fighting.
Mm,
He's tired of friction. And now anytime something happens, he's just rolling over and playing dead, which is why Monique is getting frustrated because everything, his frustration has turned into indifference. So that's why she's not seeing any progress in their relationship because he, on the other hand, it looks like he feels like everything is going to turn into an argument.
Hmm.
right.
Yeah, I agree. It like Chris didn't like her in the last season when she was on Potomac though. Like it just seemed like he wasn't all he really wanted to sex. Like he just focused
Right.
on like that thing, and she, I honestly do feel like she did have a thing with her trainer.
You think she did?
I absolutely think she did because she just was given like I need for you to be yay or nay. Like you ain't really never denied it. Like you said no, but it really wasn't like a firm, like, nah, that wasn't me. Like I didn't do that. You
And
were
that's
just
why she
mad that
was
it
so
got
turned
out.
up.
Right. You was just mad that it got out. You didn't think
Yes.
you was mad more at it being leaked, but you wasn't being mad that you did that. I think your trainer turned into sometimes that's what happens.
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
feel like Chris is probably new and they just doing that for the front. But I do agree that he's over the ratings and all that. He just kind of want to
mhm,
either let's dissolve, but she don't have much going on. I feel like outside of him, where she could feel confident enough. I guess I don't know. This is just my
mhm.
interpretation. Confident enough to stand on her own 2 feet, which is kind of sad. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You just reminded me. I skipped a whole scene for the intuitive reader. Um, the intuitive reader actually read them like a book. It was weird. But one of the things that stuck out to me was number one with Jamie, how she said that he was like a bulldog and he feels insecure. And then Arena just busted out crying because she has to deal with perfection. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Lastly, the reader
Oh
basically
yeah.
said kind of what I was thinking about Monique and Chris. Chris is like in this, she said that Chris needs to make sure that he's not living through Monique. I don't think he's
Mhm,
living through Monique, but I think that he's walking on eggshells. And he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to make her happy. And I think that's what the reader was talking about. What was y'all thoughts on the reader?
mm. Now the reader, I really liked her. So when she did say for him not to be living through Monique, I interpret that as if Monique want to be a star, this big old star, TV, movie, whatever, and he doesn't. So how could you put it, or how could I put it? Don't just do what she wants you to do. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem like this is for you. This is your calling. You're not want to be a star, so don't live through her.
It doesn't
That's
seem
just
like
kind of what
this
I got
is
from
for
that
you. This
reader.
is your calling. You're not want to be a star, so don't live through her. It doesn't
That's
seem
just
like
kind of what
this
I got from
is
that
for you. This
reader.
is your calling. You're not want to be.
Hello?
I think she got cut off, or
Mm. Okay. I don't know what
Hello.
happened.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh my God. Hey, Necey. Hey, everybody.
Hey, I love this energy. Hey, girl.
Girl, I can't believe I actually got on. I ain't gonna keep y'all. I just wanted to say I love your channel. I love everything that you're doing. But just to get to Monique really quick, I actually rewatched the last season and she was on Potomac, and I saw things completely different. I saw that she was antagonizing Candace. She was trying to bully her. And what Nene say? You on the wrong team. She
Yeah.
was trying to side with Giselle, and there's really no way to explain how you knew Giselle was a part of starting the rumor
Right.
about your husband and your child, but you popped Candace. Like, I like Monique, but I'm
Mhm.
starting to really, because she's not in, I mean, it's still an ensemble cast, but we can see her flaws a little bit more. And I think she should be able to, request more of Chris, but she keeps saying it's been 10 years, but y'all only been married 10 years. So you married him and you never liked it.
When he was
Like,
that way. Yes. Yes.
like, girl, like, you mean it's been this way for the past few years, as in he's become this, barely there man or something? Like, you've only been married 10 years, so you never really liked the slow country pace that he likes to take. And, unfortunately, don't nobody want to hear that shit. It's too late. You married them, deal with
Right. No, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I think that she has changed. And now I don't think, honestly, I don't know if the issue really is what she's saying it is. I think it's easiest for her to say, I need you to step up and be a partner. But overall, that's not the actual issue. I think the issue is that you've evolved, you've changed, y'all no longer go together like that no more. And you have an internal battle of if you should be with this man or not. Like, I don't know. Something is not being said, I feel.
You know what, Necey?
Right.
You are
Right.
absolutely correct, because it's kind of giving me a nicer, polite version of Alyssa and Chris from Married at First Sight. I know you were through it, so I know you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he's not being aggressive. He's not, picking on you. He's not moving his hands in your direction, trying to hurt you. Is that you just aren't into him, and you are going to somehow villainize him as if he's doing something wrong.
Right.
Monique, Monique can have what she wants. She can want what she wants, but it's not right to make it seem as if something is wrong with Chris because he's not in agreement with you.
With her
Absolutely.
garbage. All right. Mm-hmm.
But that's
That's
all I
true.
wanted to say. I know you got other people backstage. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, Amber.
Bye.
All right. Shantia or J Dub, you here?
I'm here, but I can't see myself. If you
Yeah,
can
your
hear me.
camera's not on.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm
Okay, here
here.
we go.
Okay, well, I had to jump on this one. Try to, I guess, defend love and marriage, DC, because I'm from the
Oh,
area.
yes.
I'm from the area, so I got to stand up a little bit. I can say myself that really the show wasn't given what it was supposed to be given, but actually this episode I liked it. I thought that they really did bring out the emotions and the realness of the people. But I'm a firm believer that really from the beginning, Monique can't carry this show. And
Right.
what I've been saying, even related to the other shows like Ready to Love or anything that deals with DC, you need to have authentic people from the city. And while only people I can say who's authentic is Araina and Jamie. They may not be the favorites, but I can totally relate to what's going on in this situation. So, like I said, this one I enjoyed it. This episode, it does need to give more though.
Yeah, you
So,
And
can.
that's a fair assessment. Like this,
yeah,
that's a fair assessment. Like saying true authenticity from the actual area. So I can go with that. I can get with that.
maybe more couples. I'm not sure. So, my question for you, you say J Dub is your name?
That's me,
Okay.
YouTube's number one commenter.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm
My
good.
question is for you. The what is the purpose behind this show?
Well, it's It's pretty much, let's call it a branch, a spinoff of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We just taken it to another area. We're showing Black people that have affluency, and just to show how their lives are real, or the things that they deal with as couples, on the come up. And at this point, like I said, with Araina and Jamie, that was like they're like the realest people on the show. I said that represents the city, and they get into like I guess like even raising a child with a disability,
Yeah, they
and
are.
their family dynamic, and showing the real how, especially this episode, how Jamie, in which I can relate to. Like I said, coming up, me and Jamie's a little older than me, but we come up in the same area where like we had to be tough where we were from, and it was a real like a thing. Like you could not show emotion, you could not
Mhm.
show any type of weakness, or you would be the prey. And it's a real thing.
Right.
While back in
Right.
the days, it was the best time in the world to live in DC. But again, it is the infamous crack era. It was
Mhm.
eaten or killed or be killed kind of situation. Even in regular life, you had to carry yourself in a certain way to not to come off weak. And that kind of relays into your regular life. It's almost like not knowing how to turn it off. Like when they say, well, you got to be different with your wife and your kids. Normally, like a drill sergeant is like a drill sergeant all the time. Not saying it's correct, but that's how it is.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that. He is like a drill sergeant. The only thing is, while that piece is real, we got that scandalous part of their relationship that he don't really want to talk about. You could tell he's very private and old school, like you said, and he didn't think about them having to actually share the ugly part of their lives before they signed up to come on the show. Where it's like, Arena, I feel as though this is her opportunity to finally get everything off her chest because the cameras all around, and maybe he won't be as mean if people are watching him. So that's why we getting everything from her, and he's just like, why are you saying that? You should have kept that in private.
You're absolutely correct, Necey, because that is a thing. It's an old school thing where we don't discuss what goes on in our house, how no matter how ugly it is. And like when you
Right.
enter this platform, they are expecting you to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. So what I think Jamie kind of let's say bit off more than he could chew. Like he thought he knew what he was getting into, but he really didn't know, because that's exposing everything to the world. Like everything is hush hush. We keep things private. The ugly things are hidden and buried. We definitely don't put them on TV. So I said from the beginning, this people from where I'm from, it's too real to be really put on TV. It's asking a lot. So I understand all the reactions and everything.
Mm,
Mm.
love
Mm.
and marriage.
Mm.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
pull y'all off, and
Okay.
then we're gonna finish up this. And then if y'all want to talk about Huntsville, call back on for
Mhm.
Huntsville so I can make sure everybody has the opportunity to talk. So I'm gonna see
All
y'all in
right.
the comments and go ahead, click the link if y'all want to hop back on.
All
All
right.
right.
Thanks. See.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for calling in. Yes, my fave J Dub came up here. Okay, so now y'all, it's time to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. This episode didn't really give too much, didn't really give what I thought it was gonna give. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all let me know on a scale of 1 to 10. What did y'all think about Love and Marriage Huntsville? So obviously, y'all, we had the guys go down to ATL, and shout out to Gigi on YouTube. I can't remember her full YouTube name, but Gigi was on Twitter and she was calling out how Martell and Marceau were low key, going tit for tat, joking and coming for each other during the episode. I only noticed it one time, but she's definitely onto something, especially since we know whatever the hell they put in the barbecue, Gigi with the juice. Thank you, Shantia. Whatever they put in the damn barbecue had them ready to fight Memorial Day weekend. So one of the things I noticed in the middle of the episode was before they got ready to go to the club, Martell jokes and he says to Marceau, all right, watch yourself now. We don't want no more pictures coming out. We can't have no more back shots. y'all already know where that's coming from. This is referring to the picture of Marceau, allegedly. Do I really have to say that though? Allegedly, Marceau laying up in the hotel room, and you can see what looks like his back. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's very few backs that I can identify, okay? But we've seen Marceau's backs plenty of time. I remember when they was in Vegas and Martell and Mel was about to fight, and I ain't ever seen nobody back so thick. Okay. At the time, was Lewis even on the show? I don't even know if Lewis was on the show at that point. But either way, Marceau had the widest hips on the cast before Lewis came on. So when I seen his back, allegedly his back, I was like, you know what? That's absolutely him. So for Martell to joke like that, I was like, uh-oh, this is where y'all are about to start getting into it. So just to summarize everything before I start having people call in, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. But let me go ahead and summarize everything before I let y'all come on and say what's up. I really appreciate y'all calling on, because it's some weeks where I'm just like, I cannot sit up here and talk to myself the entire time, and I be wanting some interaction. Sometimes it's nice to have y'all come outside of the comments, but here we go. The men go to Atlanta, right? And when they do, y'all know they on the bus. Oh, I hope your plans don't involve adultery. Oh, strip club. They acting like they scared to go to the strip club. Martell, he ends up renting a, how many, 17,000 square foot mansion looking like The Bachelor. It definitely was looking like The Bachelor. He had about 20 women in there for the wine tasting. And before they go to the wine tasting, he said something about the Whitlows being open. I wanted to make sure that we talked about this. The reason why I want to talk about this is because I thought that was weird, real weird. It was funny, like not funny, haha, but funny, weird. Okay, I be on TikTok too much. So he mentioned that the what are their names? Lewis and Tiffany, the Whitlows were open, and they showed a flashback of whenever the Whitlows met up with Martell. And Martell said, you want a baby, like you want me to tell you or you want me to show you? And he says that in front of Tiffany. And Tiffany says, I'm more open than Lewis. So I guess they leave it open to be interpreted. Are you open, like open to have a baby? Or are you saying that y'all are open to having an open marriage? And then for Martell to say to Tiffany, do you want me to tell you or do you want me to show you, in reference to a baby? Tiffany, your last days as a mellometer are coming. Okay? Your last days as a mellometer are coming. I just have to say it, because if you sitting up there joking with your friend's ex-husband like this, better yet, not just joking about being open to him, but you're sitting there having discussions with him about how Mel should be co-parenting in regards to this damn book signing. The end days are coming, Tiffany. And it just is what it is. So outside of that, they end up going to the strip club. And y'all, I don't know why this whole thing was hyped up. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. J-Dub heard what I heard. Alana said, wait, what? Y'all let me know, okay? But I know what I heard, and it was real weird. They wanted us to think some stuff. So anyway, next, y'all, they go to the strip club, and I don't know why the show really wanted us to be shaking in our motherfucking boots about what the men were doing in Atlanta. There were TVs there, not TVs, there were cameras there. A whole television crew was there. Obviously, the men were not going to do in Atlanta as they did in Atlanta when Ariane was there. So I don't know why they wanted to make it a big deal, but whatever. I was not at all excited to see the men in Atlanta because I knew they were going to be on their best behavior. And I also knew that Martell was going to try to villainize Mel again. So on the other side of things, we see Tisha and Kimmy. You know, Tisha is back in this. Oh, people are trying to destroy my marriage. You know, people will really, this girl, I'm sorry. I can't talk about Tisha without, I can't do it. I had to pull up the clown mask. Tisha ended up saying to Kimmy, you know, people really destroy their marriages based on rumors. And the whole time, Kimmy is kind of looking at her like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Tisha, I don't think that people are ruining their marriages behind rumors. I think Mel left hers because her husband cheated and had a baby on her, regardless if she knew he was cheating or not. So Tisha, that is crazy that you are literally repeating the things that Marceau says to you to basically invalidate what the streets are saying, even if it's true or false. I'm like, girl, go to sleep. Okay, y'all know whenever kids be talking crazy, you just be like, go to sleep. Okay, you must be tired because you talking out the side of your neck. That's how I was feeling with Tisha. Girl, go to sleep. So next we see Tiffany and Mel, and when we see Tiffany and Mel, I get a weird feeling. Because Tiffany on one hand says she wants a baby. Louis on the other hand says he's sexually frustrated. On another hand, Tiffany's saying that she gives oral, she sexes her man all the time and works so much. But then on the flip side of things, she's saying that maybe he's going to cheat because he's not being satisfied. And I was scrolling down on Twitter because I like to go on Twitter and see what y'all think about the episode. And somebody mentioned that they feel like maybe Tiffany is projecting and she wants Louis to cheat on her because she's the one who really wants to cheat. And I started to think for a minute. And I was like, you know what? They might be right. And it might be a reach, but I don't care. It's just a feeling that I get in my gut. Tiffany cheated in her first relationship because the man just simply couldn't provide. In this relationship, Tiffany's claiming that the sex and all this stuff is fire, but yet y'all not having a baby, and yet you're saying that he might cheat on you. Where's the disconnect? I'm not understanding what is going on. Alana said, I saw somebody say Tiffany is ready to upgrade husbands again. Low key. It's like, what is going on? Y'all had all this marital advice last season, was telling people what to do who had been together for nearly 20 damn years. In this season, y'all are singing two different songs. Not even the remix, not even volume 2. Y'all singing two different songs, different producers, different artists, everything. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. So I'm gonna open up the line. Hey, Shantia, and then Love Doctor. If y'all want to call in, I have the link. Just go ahead, click the link in the comments, and come on so we can have a conversation.
Hey, love, you can hear me?
Yes. Hey.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I look a mess, so that's why I'm not on camera.
That's all right.
But as far as Tisha and Marceau, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tisha knows. Stop it, buddy. I think Tisha knows that Marceau is cheating or has cheated.
Yes.
And I think Tisha wants to let him cheat in peace and not have to say anything. Okay? Because I feel like Tisha is at a point where she has to address it because she's on the show. If she don't show that she cares about it, then she get backlash. If
Right.
she questions him about it and she don't get the answers that she wants, she still get backlash. But I feel like the only reason why she's saying anything is because she's on a show and everybody feels like this is what she has to say. This is what she has to do. But for me, I feel like Tisha probably is defeated in herself because she don't want to. She want him to cheat in peace, continue to be in her marriage and be happy in an unhappy marriage.
She want to have her clown mask on at home, but not on TV.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. She don't want to have to speak on it to everybody else. She wanted to just be okay, because for me, I feel like she knows, for the simple fact is when her mom came to her with that picture, I'm sorry, Tisha facial expression and body language to me says, you know what?
Told it
I'm
all.
tired of this. I
Face
don't want to
crack.
hear no more of this crap. I know what he doing. Let him do it, because one thing about it, if she leave, I feel like Tisha hold all the cards, but she probably is too, I won't say weak, But she probably feel like if she leave her marriage, then it's gonna be because it's what everybody else want and not what she want.
Yes, yes. She
Right,
she don't want to
right.
she don't want to have a "I told you so" type moment.
Exactly. And my thing is that, and that's why she made the comment about um not having proof, and believing what her husband said. Now I can't understand what she's saying in that instance, is that because rumors can destroy marriages. And I haven't seen it, but in a stepmom group that I'm in, there was a woman who allowed her daughter to lie on her husband and said that he was cheating, all because she could not get her way on a situation that she was told no about. So
Wow.
she lied on the dad and said that he was cheating. Do you know that this mother never confirmed, denied, questioned, or anything with her husband until she found out the truth when her daughter said, "I said it because I was mad and angry that I could not get my way"?
Wow.
This lady went and filed for divorce on a lie. And when the
But
time
you
came
know
when
what?
Mhm.
she found it out, he
The
left
link,
her
the
because
link
she
between that is, guess what? It was her own family that's starting the rumors, just like we seeing with Tisha. And she keep acting like the streets is spreading the rumors.
but
It's
it's her
her
family.
family. Yep.
That's who's destroying her marriage, your mom
Mhm.
and your
Yeah.
family, because you feel as though you have to say something when in reality, you know what's going on, but you don't want to have to say nothing. And I felt as though
Mhm.
that's why Tisha in the first season decided, you know what, I want to get back out here and start back working because I need to create a space for myself.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, Tisha just needs to come out and outright say, listen here, everybody. I know my husband is cheating and I don't care, and I'm not leaving and I'm not going nowhere. And she just needs to
I
shut it
ain't
down.
going
She
nowhere.
just needs to just say it. She just needs to come on out and just outright say, I'm not going nowhere. I know he cheats. I know he's been cheating, and it is what it is.
But see,
Long as
that's the
he,
thing. I feel like she is saying it, but just not in those terms, just not in that exact way. I feel like she is saying she's going to stay with her husband every time she says, "I trust my husband. I have to
oh no, no.
believe what he
She
said."
was in that car. She was in that car talking about if you cheat on me, it's a deal breaker. No, it's not. Just come out and let the
Exactly.
world know. Okay. I don't care what y'all say, how many pictures y'all have of my husband, even my mama. I'm not leaving my
My
husband.
husband.
And she needs to come out and say it bluntly. Okay.
Period.
Right. And then for Tiffany, let me talk about Tiffany and her undercover open self. Okay.
She
Lewis
tried.
is not giving her a threesome, foursome, fivesome, whatever she's looking for. That excitement is not there.
Mom,
Okay. And that's what
mom,
she needs.
mom,
Tiffany is so
mom.
undercover. And when she said open, she really meant open. Okay. It was not about open for baby, open for this. And that's why they showed that one clip of Martell running out the room almost because Martell knew what she meant.
Right. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if they agreed to be in an open relationship. We don't know why Lewis left his relationship, but we do know they both were married before. So I could definitely see a situation where two divorced people who weren't happy in their relationships because they wanted to be with other people, I could see them getting into a second marriage and having certain agreements.
And Kimmy, um, she needs to leave the show. Kimmy and her husband, goodbye, and bring Stormy on, or bring Stormy and Kiki on with their husband. Goodbye, Kimmy. And for Tisha, if you don't come out and say I don't care about my husband cheating, you can leave too.
Well, I want Tisha's messy ass family
Go
on the
do
show.
your
I
spinoff.
know y'all can't stand them, but they are too like too comical in a
Bernard is hilarious.
like laughing at you type way.
Go do her spinoff so she can spin on off the show.
I'm trying to figure out how Tiffany is giving up any fellatio or booty when you say you go to work from 4 in the morning and you don't come home till 11. Maybe he's sexually frustrated because he's tired of getting side lazy booty.
Tiffany then told him he can have somebody over
Don't
there.
nobody want no
He
lazy
choose not
cheeks.
to.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiffany
then
lying,
told
y'all.
him
They're not
he
having
can
sex
have
as much as
somebody.
she's saying. I don't think so.
I don't think she's attracted to him.
Really? I don't know about that. I just don't. I wouldn't say she's not attracted to him. I think it's what Lewis is saying. I think she's working too much, and I think she's just saying that she gives him all this sex. Because probably when she does it, she probably be feeling like I killed that shit, but it's probably far and in between. It's not as often
Right.
as she's saying. Ain't nobody working that much and performing fellatio as often as she says. Okay, jaws be tired, you be ready to go to sleep. She's lying. I don't
She
see it.
lying.
Yeah, she doing it like Granny, just like them clothes she got. Granny, Granny, Granny.
Nafisa's daughter. Hey,
Hey, I wanted to chime in, but I didn't want to like interrupt anybody, so I was letting everybody go. But I'm team let Marceau cheat in peace at this point because Tisha ain't going nowhere. Like it doesn't matter if anybody tell her. We done literally see Marceau's back in the internet and she's still sticking beside him. So at this point, we just gonna let Tisha be. The only thing I can say that I'm kind of frustrated with as a fan watching the show is the fact that they're playing in our face. It's like y'all not being open, y'all not being transparent, and if y'all not gonna spill any tea, then y'all might as well leave. Like I really feel like they didn't the Scots, really the Scots.
yes,
They really should
that's
leave.
why I feel that way about Kimmy. Because Kimmy, oh my gosh, we was this close to finding out what it was that we needed to, or whatever it was she didn't want us to find out about what her husband was involved in. Martell said it best. Martell said, I don't drag people into environments. It's because they're already in my environment. And that's what we were about to discover about the Scots. Now, in 2022, Maurice might be a changed married man, okay? But before that, I do believe he was with linebackers. And just the links that y'all will go to really play in our face and make it seem like nothing is wrong. It's very telling, okay? I'm actually loving that Mel is not the center focus this season and Martell is not the center focus this season, because now everybody else has to carry their own storyline and they're shaking in their boots because they don't want you to find out they dirt.
You are absolutely right. And with Kimmy, I think Kimmy probably is at a space where Maurice has showed his representative to her for so long in the beginning that now that she's married, he's Marceauing her.
She's stuck.
Because she don't want to have to admit that it's a possibility that you really did do this, or you really did cheat on me, or whatever the case may be. But see, she another one who don't want to have to throw away her marriage.
Right. Facts.
I mean, would you blame her though? Would you blame her? At this point, they're all years in. They done got married. They done bought a house. That happened in the past. So it's like, but be open and be honest about it. Like, we know for a fact y'all was in a serious relationship because Mel put it out there that y'all bought a house. That's her.
Which
exactly
I think they were. I think they had conversations in private that let us know that they both have an understanding of what happened back then. That's just not something she want to talk about on camera.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But that's not fair. Yep. It's not fair though. It's not fair. We done seen all Mel stuff and all Martell stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
We done seen all their stuff. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, you good? You good?
I was just saying that we done seen all their stuff all on the show. They done capitalized and made money off their backs. They need to start pulling their own weight.
Exactly.
That's true.
Their business too. Shit.
Exactly. Don't be keeping it under wraps. Like, if Maurice cheated, he cheated, and I don't like how Maurice be putting all of them long overdrawn sentences out there. Boy, explain yourself in a proper way. I'm glad you're not whatever type of lawyer he is. Just sit down.
Right. Absolutely.
He's a brand new lawyer because we haven't seen nothing on the show that is where he's trying a case or helping anyone. Yeah, he just got that law degree, as they said, because I believe before he was a short order cook or something. I don't know, but that's what the streets are saying.
That
So
does
So is
sound
yeah,
like
Monster 15 or is Monster a grown adult? Because I'm
what a
confused by
short
the way
order cook.
Maurice is tending to treat his son.
Maurice just didn't know what to talk about. Maurice didn't have no relationship issues, so he decided to talk about a parenting struggle. That was a throwaway complaint. Because that's probably what him and Kimmy agreed to. What he really should have talked about, he should have raged about his brother posting the picture, but he didn't do that because Kimmy got in his ass once the cameras went away and was like, "Boy, don't play me on this TV."
True.
Right. Exactly. Period.
And see, that's what I was
Exactly.
gonna say. So, like with Maurice and Kimmy, now I like Kimmy, but I agree with all of y'all. Like, it's okay. The storyline is dry. Like, y'all both trying to play like mediator for everybody. Maurice, like you said, with the long-winded sentences and words. But you was the first one on this trip to get hung over. Like, it's almost like when kids get out the house, they start their way, never been nowhere. You
Yes.
act crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you was the first. Like, you literally, he got talkative as soon as. I mean, that's really his personality. So I feel like he's also a cheater. Like, he also cheats, but he just does it a little bit more strategically than his brother and like Martell. But like, how you got real turned. Like, we didn't even really do nothing. Like, we went to the VIP. Like, you drinking actively, and it's just given. Yeah, you're the one. I would love to. I hope next season we focus more on Kimmy and Maurice, because I feel like it's a lot there that we don't know and that they're slightly trying to introduce, but like not
Mm-hmm.
really.
My thing is, y'all put Tisha family on here trying to do a spinoff. Why don't y'all put the Scots on there with Mark so we can
Right.
laugh at that? Why don't y'all do one of them segments so it can be a whole show?
Mark is problematic to me. Very
Oh
problematic.
I
yeah.
don't want to
Oh
see none of them
yeah.
Scots on my TV.
I don't either.
I don't want to see Wanda.
Mm.
I don't want to see what's his
Because
name, Man, T. I don't want to see none of them. They make my IQ drop.
no.
No.
Yes, they
Oh,
do. Agreed.
Whew.
Because I be trying to understand what they say. Like, well, now what you say? Like, I just it's the barrier. I feel like it's a different English that they speak.
I don't know if it's the barrier. It's just I don't because Wanda just whew, child. Mm-mm. It's
oh,
the
Wanda
fight.
give me a headache.
Oh, wait a minute. Did y'all see her niece on live today?
No, somebody was talking about that. Who is her name?
Ooh,
Who heard her?
scared straight.
I saw somebody
Oh,
in the comments
That's
say
scared
something about
straight. I'm
her.
dead.
okay, well, we'll wait till tomorrow. Scared straight. That's all I can say. Scared me straight.
Not scared
Yes.
straight. I'm dead.
Yes. Why did
Mm-mm.
Well, you know they
I
from the
just
other
can't even
side of the
describe
track. Go ahead, go.
Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to pull y'all off, and we're gonna move on to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Call back on if y'all want to be a part of conversation for Atlanta.
Master Carl Marlowe.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. It is time to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. And like I said at the beginning of the video, my sentiments still stand with Sanya, whatever. More so this episode, I was almost ready to say Sanya completely. Forget the girl, okay? I was just disgusted. I have never seen and maybe it's because I haven't watched all the Housewives shows, but y'all tell me. I have never seen someone go to the lengths that Sanya has gone to disassociate herself from Drew. And I get it, y'all. I know that these girls come on the show and they're introduced as friends, even though they're not really friends. Regardless, though, she was your friend enough to call her on the phone and have her pick you up from the wreck when you were shaking in your boots. You were her friend enough when you went over to the house with Candy and was tasting the food. And I'm just like, something just is not right. And I don't know how anybody who knows Sonya or anybody watching this show can side with some of the bullshit, because that's what it is, that Sonya is doing. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, and before I open up the line, I want y'all to do me a favor and like the video. All right, y'all. I had it on loop, so it played another time. Now it's time to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the episode starts out, and we are at the authentic Jamaican dinner with the white drummer. Now, I told y'all he might be authentically Jamaican. I just wasn't sure. He's a white drummer. I'm going to call it how I see it. He's there, and they're sitting down, and this is the first Drew versus Sonya part 1. Drew mentions how, you could have had a conversation with me, Sonya, whenever you was upstairs getting your makeup done for free. I'm not mad at Drew for calling that out, because as petty as Sonya has been, I'm going to let all these people know that you got your makeup done for free. She didn't say you outran the bill. She said you got the makeup done for free. So how bad of a friend is she, right? So then Sonya simply says, I'm a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Put some respect on my MFing name. We didn't talk about this, y'all. Last review, we sat here and we gave Sonya her applause. We told Sonya, good job, because I told y'all that was the last time that I was going to have anything good to say about Sonya. And that still stands true. You may be a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, but when it comes to these housewives streets, you're a 1-season peach holder. Regardless, you're fake or whack, like you keep saying this entire season. So I'm gonna call it how I see it. And the reason why I am going to mention her being a 1-season peach holder, yes, it's amazing that she's a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Amazing, right? But she can't use that, or she can't use those accomplishments as a way to make it seem like she's better than the other housewives on the show. And the reason why she can't is because she herself knows that those accomplishments aren't good enough to make her equal footing as Candy and Kenya, which is why she's breaking her neck to get in line with the OG. She wants to get in where she fit in, and she's doing what we see a lot of the girls do on Potomac when they're trying to get in with the Green Eye Bandits. Yes, Danielle, we see each other. Danielle said, just like Wendy O on Real Housewives of Potomac. That part. Wendy was mentioned in the 4 degrees, and there actually was a time where Wendy was trying to get in with the Green Eye Bandits, but they wouldn't let her in. So I absolutely agree. The Doctor of Love says, bye. Real Housewives of Atlanta, a sinking ship. Ooh, thank you for the super chat. But I'm still here for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I also wanted to shout out Amber B for becoming a new member on my channel. Amber, get ready, girl. Because anytime we do our interviews now, we release them. When I say we, I'm talking about Ooh Ladies First panel. So y'all know we've been interviewing a lot of people from these own network TV shows. We've even interviewed Dr. Heavenly. We've interviewed different people from Bravo shows too. But instead of just going live, what we're going to do is go live for members only, and then it'll release the next day for everybody else. So Amber B, I ain't going to say too much, but stay tuned, okay? If you're a member, I ain't gonna say too much, just stay tuned. So yeah, we see her falling in line with what the other girls do. Sonya's mama jumps in, and she's definitely trying to take Mama Joy's spot. You could tell that Sonya and her mama sat there on Sundays like me and my mama used to do. They watched the show. They became fans. When they came on the show, they already knew what spots they wanted to take. So besides that, y'all, we can go ahead and jump into this brunch situation. So when we get to brunch, Drew and Sonya are the first ones there. Sonya walks up to Drew. Are we hugging? Are we hugging? What do you mean, Sonya? What do you mean, Sonya? Are we hugging? Ain't you the one with the beef? And it's funny how now that none of the other housewives are there, you want to know if y'all are hugging. But she would never have kept that same energy if the other housewives were there first. She would have paid Drew dust. She would have acted like she didn't know her, Mariah Carey. So that's why I'm not fooling with Sonya at all. Althenia, she says, RHOA has been great this season. I don't miss any of the old cast, and I just knew I missed Cynthia, but I don't. Interesting take. Not Cynthia. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I miss Nene Leakes every single day. Every single day, I miss Nene Leakes. But I do know that her time on the show was coming to an end. I just wish that she would have bowed out gracefully because she wouldn't have got in. She wouldn't have fit in with this new cast. So, whatever. Yes, Sonya is fake and phony. She is. So now, y'all, Marlo, she starts talking about Candy trying to donate used clothing in a trash bag to her donation, and that she couldn't believe that Candy would do that. Marlo is steadily trying to villainize. You gonna take these gently used, expensive clothes, is what you gonna do. And if you don't, oh well. I'm sure, Marlo, that the girls would be appreciative of the clothes. Instead of giving them to them in a trash bag, why don't you put them in a gift bag? Why don't you put them in a box, a real nice box tied with a bow? It'll still feel brand new. I get the logic behind what you're saying, Marlo, but it's almost as if, and I might be thinking too deep, but y'all know why y'all come over here. Y'all come over here for the analyzation, the analysis of the ladies. I feel like Marlo not wanting to accept new clothes says more about Marlo than what it actually says about the girls who she does the nonprofit for. I feel like Marlo still has some type of trauma, still has something that she hasn't really worked through. And now she's projecting the way she felt about how she grew up in the foster care system, and she's projecting it on these girls who I'm sure would be glad to have clothes from Candy Burris. They don't even have to know they're from Candy, but still, I'm just like, girl, goodbye. So Kenya is triggered by that whole situation, and Kenya mentions how Marlo was trying to villainize her. And I'm glad she did, because I do feel like Kenya has done a really good job of trying to make it seem like she doesn't want to argue with Marlo. Kenya has done a good job of just rolling over and letting Marlo's attempts just go past her. And y'all know something has got to be different when Kenya is probably my favorite person on the season. So that hold on. So they go from there. So finally, Sheree hops on the bandwagon. She says she doesn't think that Candy's been a good friend either, because Candy didn't call her when Tyrone stood her up. You better call Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Sheree, again, I'm gonna analyze you. It feels like she is projecting. It feels like Sheree just wants to be mad at somebody. And I'm kind of just like, why are you mad at Candy? Because Candy handled that situation exactly how I would have handled the situation. Sometimes my friends go through things that I hear about from other friends. And personally, myself, when I go through something, I like to keep it private. Okay. I don't call everybody on the phone and expect people to discuss me being sad or my feelings throughout the grapevine. So I personally would be feeling some type of way like, girl, I confided in you. Why did you call Candy and tell her? Whereas Sheree, I feel like, is just trying to find a reason to be mad. I think Candy was respecting your healing process, Sheree. Candy was trying to give you time to heal, kind of like, y'all know how you kind of be sad about something or something's going wrong, and it's like you kind of just want to get your mind off of it. And as soon as somebody mention it to you, you be ready to cry. I swear that's how it be. It'd be like, you know what? I'm good. And then as soon as somebody be like, oh, But remember that one time. Oh, well, how are you doing? And it makes you want to cry. And I think that's why Candy didn't bring it up. So I'm like, Sheree, go to bed. Go to sleep. You must be tired because you're talking out the side of your neck. You saying some stuff that don't make no sense. So lastly, y'all, hey, Ms. Wilson. Lastly, y'all, let's go ahead and get through this argument. Sonya tries it again, y'all. She tries it again. Ooh, good point. Nafisa's daughter says Sheree was all over the blogs and internet looking beautiful crying. That is a good point. She was all over the blogs. So I guess she could have reached out since it was all over the blogs. But I still don't hold Candy at fault for not reaching out. Even though their stuff happens on TV, I could definitely see Candy still trying to give her a little bit of privacy. Like, let me just turn the other way. Like, I ain't even see that happen. That's embarrassing. Let me not ask you about that embarrassing moment. J Dub said, I'm so sorry that at age 50, your jailbird boyfriend curbed you. Tragic. So, okay, let's get to Sonya. Sonya goes another step further to let it be known amongst the entire group that she simply does not fuck with Drew. And I just want to know, Sonya, why do you always try it in front of the group? You tried it. So she says, instead of inviting y'all to the Mommy Nation photo shoot, I want to apologize. I want to make it up to y'all. And I want to invite y'all to Nike. Let's go to Portland, Marlo and Sheree. Drew does not get invited again. No, I didn't invite you. She plays her in front of the group again. And Drew says, you know what? How can you even be friends with someone like that? It's not even funny. Simply said it. I don't feel like she overspoke Sonya. I don't feel like she didn't give Sonya the room to talk. I felt like she just said, seriously, it's not funny. I think Drew knew that she was coming on the show doing some dumb stuff and was like, okay, you with the theatrics for the show. I'm going to let you play dumb. I'm going to let you wear your clown mask so you can get your peach warm. But it comes a time where it's like, okay, really? You doing too much. And that's all it was. So Sonya turns up. It seems like every time Drew says, boo, Sonya looks for the moment to turn up, and Sonya says, no, really, you're about to make me mad. Da, 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 da. And Drew is just calm as ever. Drew might get loud, but Drew's calm. And Drew says, you know what? You going from 0 to 2 million right now. You're unstable. And she was unstable. Drew, you know what? You might have claimed you lost 25 pounds when you got that hernia removed and you didn't look like you lost 25 pounds. You might have said that you had a meal program, but you didn't look like you could do a squat. But girl, guess what? I'm going to stick beside you. I'm going to stick beside you, Drew, when it comes to this situation. Only because all the women are trying to play you. So they argue. Kenya is scooting Drew's chair away from Sonya as if these girls are going to get physical. And I was just feeling like, why are y'all moving Drew away? Sonya was very much the aggressor. I never saw Drew as the aggressor. Sonya was the aggressor, whatever. And, they ended there. She ends up walking away. Somebody says to Drew, oh, I can see your nipples. And Drew says, my new nipples. And she twirls and she leaves. But what I didn't like, though, Kenya is having a conversation with Drew and she says, you know what? You did overtalk her. You didn't allow her to speak. Kenya, I don't know if it was editing, but I didn't see what you saw, Kenya. What I think is the entire group has a collective annoyance for Drew. Understood why sometimes. And they're allowing the bullshit that Sonya is doing to sweep under the table. Sonya has identified the collective group annoyance for Drew, and she's decided to use that to her benefit to make sure that she could get in where she fit in, and it's classless, and it's ugly, and it's tacky, and you're reaching. It's whack, in Sonya's words. So I feel like you could have so many other storylines, but you choose to use Drew in this way. And I couldn't trust you as far as I could throw you. I couldn't. At all. So I just went ahead and opened up the lines. I posted the link. Y'all want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta? Jump on the call. Let me know what y'all think about the episode, especially since this was the last show we're talking about. Also, let me know how much y'all enjoyed this format rather than me just reviewing the shows and talking to y'all in the comments. I do like having y'all on the phone talking to me about the show. Mm. Kimmy says, Sonya is doing a lot, but Drew overtalks everyone. Yup, Donna, hey girl. She says, yes, you cannot like her, but still recognize she's being picked on. J Dub shares that collective annoyance for Drew. Ice Queen. She says Sonya was doing the most, must have went to the Housewives boot camp. Facts. She's doing exactly what we saw Wendy doing. Hey, Amber.
Hey, I'm back, y'all.
Yes.
Um, Sonya's a lunatic and she's a clown and she's everything that Drew said. And you can see that because Drew was all of that and still is. But Sonya is like doing her best to out clown her and she is winning. She is winning this race. She definitely needs a fifth gold for the way that she is running around these women's asses with her mouth open. I'm sorry.
She is. She is. She's running for that peach medal now.
It's like she's checking Drew, but she can't even get her 2-year-old under control.
Mm.
Sit down and tell your mother that she needs to address her grandson and not Drew because Drew should have cussed her ass out.
She should have. I think Drew handled herself well during that situation.
She did. She should get a peach just for maintaining her composure.
And y'all notice every time Sonya does this, the only person who peeps the bullshit like visibly on their face is Candy. But Candy don't ever say nothing.
Candy looks so perplexed. She's like looking like, really?
Yeah.
Is this where we at? No.
Where is this coming from? The real and die. Hey.
Hey, Necey. How you going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So, y'all, I just wanted to come in here and talk about Sheree because Sheree's attitude towards Candy is misdirected. That's how I feel about her. I feel like all the smoke that she has, that's for Tyrone. And I'm not sure that she's ever had the conversation that she really wants to with him. And so she's misdirected it to Candy and Kenya and making it seem like they're not good friends. And she still hasn't really been able to have it out with Tyrone yet. And so I think that's what we're seeing when it comes to her.
Facts. She want to be mad at somebody. I think that it's easier for her to not so much make the storyline about Tyrone standing her up and use Tyrone's storyline to make it about something else. Like, that's not gonna make us forget that you was in Philly in the cold with a fur on, drinking alcohol, getting stood up. That's not gonna make us forget. You being mad at Candy is not making us forget that you waited on this man to get out of jail for him to play you.
It's actually a constant reminder that she keeps bringing it up. I would want to never mention it again. And for the fact that Candy did not call her to say, hey, girl, I heard about how you got embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you. What can I do to help you?
Right.
Like, what am I supposed to say? If Tyrone would have answered the phone, then nobody would have to give her lunch and take her to this and pay for that. Like, girl, you got your face cracked. It happens to the best of us. Move on. Direct that energy to Tyrone. But, you know, unfortunately, he's been in the system, so she might be scared of him. But you really need to get up off Candy back. I'm just saying.
That's what it's giving. And as far as Marlo, I don't like what Marlo is doing with Candy. You could tell that Candy has known her for years. It seems like she continues to try to give her grace. And I've heard the stories and everything going around the internet about the alleged show. Well, not alleged. It was a show that, you know, she helped her out with. But I feel like, why is she trying to make Candy the villain, especially for something like charity? Like, if you've just even made up your mind to say, oh, you have a charitable foundational organization and I want to give in some sort of way, she could have really worded that differently to where she wasn't saying, oh, they don't, you know, she could say, oh yeah, Candy, just bring over what you have. We would love to receive it. But she wanted to embarrass her and make what she was doing seem like it was inauthentic. So I really like Marlo for that. And I respect her journey as someone who's been through the foster system. I get her point of view, but I don't know that she should take that point of view for all of those other girls that are in the system. I feel like they
Right.
could
She's
have.
projecting.
Yeah, I feel like they could have appreciated. You don't know who they're with and who their foster parents are. Maybe they've raised them to, just be appreciative for things, period, whether they're new, unwrapped, with tags on them, whatever.
Those
Mm.
girls would have loved anything. And Marlo always projects, because what made Marlo think that Sheree wanted to come and spend $11,000 after a heartbreak?
Say
Wow.
it again.
Like Marlo, I get it. That's what you like to do for fun. You like to shop. Maybe you should have taken Sheree to like a kickboxing class, or like one of those rooms where you can put the suit on and break stuff. Something that she
Right.
might enjoy. She didn't. And she is so proud that she has done one nice thing for someone, but she is putting dirt all over it by
Mm.
trying to say, well, I did this for you, but guess who didn't do this for you? Girl,
She
you
tried to
Yeah.
build
made
an alliance. The way
right,
the way she
you made her spend $11,000 that she does not have, and she has to now return all of that. That is another
But
embarrassing
you know
moment.
what? We need to hold Sheree accountable,
Yeah.
because when Marlo sat there and said Sheree was a hoe that's been not Sheree,
Mm-hmm.
Marlo said Kenya was a
Candy.
hoe that slept with half of Hollywood and couldn't get a ring, even though Marlo is single and has also slept with half of Hollywood for money, which was funny. When she said that, Sheree said facts. Then Kenya turned around and
Mhm.
apologized. And then all of a sudden, Sheree was like, oh, well, I believe Kenya. But you know that was filmed, right, Sheree?
Right.
That's
You
what
over
come
there
up.
nodding your head in agreement. Mm-hmm. It's on
Tyrone
camera.
will be around any moment, because if you look up Gullible, Sheree's picture is right there. She's so moldable. It's like it's almost like you can see the little girl in her just wanting
Oh,
love
yeah.
and approval, but
Yeah. I did
it's
like that the guy
sad.
pointed out, is that her therapist? I like that
Mhm.
he pointed out that
That's
you've
her
been doing
bartender.
all this and holding down this man, and you should have been holding down She by Sheree. Like, that's where your focus should be. For
Spring,
all these
summer,
years, we still have no fashions.
spring, summer, fall show.
Exactly.
Right, that is so true. But I felt like that was so tired. My full belief is Sheree was able to come back on this show based on us having a Tyrone storyline. So now that you ain't got no Tyrone storyline, you gonna run back She by Sheree into the motherfucking ground. We didn't heard about She by Sheree for too long, and I just think it was tired. I don't even care about her focusing on She by Sheree, because who's buying it?
Exactly. But really quick, I just want to say this one last thing. Do
Mhm.
you all believe that Tyrone actually called Sheree the next day, and that conversation or lack thereof took place? Because I don't. I don't think she has heard from Tyrone since that morning that she spoke to him when she was on her way to Philly.
I don't think he called her. That's why I think
Me.
she's so butthurt in taking out her misdirected anger on Candy and Kenya for not showing up for her, because she never talked to Tyrone.
I
They
think
didn't
she
That-
talk.
did. I think she did. Just because I feel like any normal person who got stood up will probably block that person and move on. But Sheree, like you mentioned, is so desperate for approval that I feel like she had to hear from him for her to feel better about the situation, which is why she was telling Marlo she still loved the man. I think she's still talking to him. She's just mad at him.
No,
Mm.
I don't think that she feels better about the situation. That's why she keeps bringing it up. And that's why she keeps misdirecting her frustration and anger. She needs someone to be upset at. And it is Tyrone, but unfortunately, he's not available.
Mm.
Right.
That's also a really good point of view. That could be the situation. It could be. I think Sheree's one of those type of people who, like Tisha, would like to wear their clown mask in private and not in public. So I think that with Tyrone, I think that was a forgivable situation for her, because she told the therapist that she couldn't say she would never talk to him again. But I think her being mad at the girls is her way of trying to like avoid the embarrassment of it all. Whereas in another world, I think she would still very much have relationships with Tyrone.
See, I would definitely agree to that, because that's more of the Evelyn Lozada thing, but she's falling more so into the, if he calls me and he's willing to be back with me, I'm
Yes.
open to it. So just
Yes.
think about the way she normally lies. So how's she by Sheree? Summer, September, off fall, June. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
what'd you say? Like she can't get it together. Candy, Tyrone can't come because of the distance and the girl. Wait, I got another call back. Like she can't lie. And she's trying to hold it, but that man has not contacted her at all. She
I don't
still
think
does
they
not
talk.
have answers to why he did what he did.
And if they did
Taylor
talk, he did
M.
not give her. He didn't give her a real reason to why he didn't come. I mean, of course, he probably did blame it on parole, but I'm sure he didn't apologize.
Taylor, if you have us playing in the background, make sure you mute it,
Hey,
or else
Necey,
it'll
how are
echo.
you?
Good.
Can
How
you
are
hear me?
you? Yeah, but Taylor, it's echoing a little bit. So if you're playing
Oh no, I don't have anything playing. It's just a stream
oh,
where I paused the YouTube video.
that's weird. I can still hear it.
Oh,
Okay, how
I'm
about
sorry.
now? No, it's still echoing.
Oh yikes. Maybe.
Well, y'all, this is what I have to say about Sonya and her clown mask, real quick. And Taylor, you can pop back on and interrupt at any time. But Sonya, I feel like she's playing in our face. This is why I think this, because I remember her when she was on her own TV show. And I feel like the personality that she's bringing here is very different from that show, even
Mm.
pieces of her family. And she seemed like she wanted Drew. Well, she did use Drew, that's obvious, but I don't think she realizes that we could see that. Like she came on, worked out with Drew, her and her husband got introduced, got a little FaceTime or camera time rather. She called Drew for this accident and got on camera for that. And then I guess she used her up until that point, and then she was done with her. And as far as Drew, I feel like the one thing I will say about Drew, I liked her last season because she was super messy for no reason. She's messy this season, but I do feel like she has not made any real relationships or connections with any of the cast, I feel like. And
Yeah,
so I
because it's
feel
all
like
been
I
about her
worry.
husband.
Yeah, I feel like I worry that, well, not worry, but she probably won't be on for another season because she doesn't seem to have a like legitimate relationship with anybody on the show. And I guess Portia was that person when she was there, but out of these ladies, she doesn't seem to connect to anybody. So I'm losing her. If it's not for Ralph and her mess, I'm not interested in what Drew is doing. But I like her, but I'm not
I
interested.
would still like to see Drew's not my fave, but I would still like to see her on the show. I think she brings something to the show that the other girls don't, which may be the clownery. It
It's
may
a
be the clown.
desperation. It's a desperation.
It may be, and I'm not like it's something about her. I do like her, but I can't stand her too.
She seems like a really sweet girl, but I don't know if it's like, and she's completely beautiful, and we all remember her from the game, of course. But it's like now that we're able to see her in her real life, she has a childlike simplicity about her that makes her
Girl, that was
almost.
a read.
I'm doing the best I can. You know
Was.
where I'm going. It's like she's any like the sexiness that she brought as herself on the game. It's like that sexiness is being replaced with like, oh bless her. Like you
That's
wanna,
her heart.
yeah, like oh she trying as hard as she can, and I think that's the problem. I think who she is authentically in her everyday life, even with that trash bag husband Ralph, I think she's really laid back and down to earth. And I think that these ladies, not all of them, Candy, specifically is not pretentious at all. But Marlo, Sheree, they're just two money hungry goblins that, and Drew is like, she doesn't fit into that. But Candy just can't really deal with like how dumb she come off sometime. It's like I like you, girl, but I got to take you in small doses. So I think Drew, this might be her last season, and I
I
think for
think
her own mental health, that might be best.
I think she
Mhm.
played well with Latoya because they kind of had the same kind of, you know, I don't know, maybe it's like age range or whatever, but I did feel like they played well together. I didn't mind seeing the two of them in their mess. It was entertaining to me. I don't think everybody else agreed, but I did like her and Latoya and whatever, beef they had, but I feel like it's just not working this season for me and Drew.
Right.
I like Drew. Like I don't mind her coming back. I actually like the whole cast this season. I want the whole cast coming back next season. Yeah, there's some parts of Drew that like annoy me, but I was like overall I don't like dislike her. Same with Sonya. Like Sonya, like even though like she's getting mad at like stupid things when it comes to Drew, like I don't know. It's about her I just like. You know, is that weird?
Mhm.
Like you don't like the acting people do. There's something about it that you just like. Yeah, I would like to see her come back for another season to see how she does for round 2.
Yep, I agree. Your sound is still echoing and sounding kind of weird, Taylor.
Maybe it's because I'm on my pad and on my laptop because I literally have nothing on.
Jump off and then jump back on.
Okay.
Y'all, what else I will say about Marlo is now Marlo and how she is coming for Candy and challenging her. I'm kind of here for it because I feel like nobody has challenged Candy since Nene left. Nene would always kind of come for Candy just a little bit, but I feel like no one has done it since she's left. And Marlo is kind of, making sure that's there. Because other than Miss Joyce and the drama that she's had with her mom, Candy has really kind of eased through from season to season, without conflict.
Yeah.
I
I agree. It's really good to see Candy, have to cuss a bitch out. I love to see it. But I just feel like Marlo, it's one thing to be on the show shady. We have to give the people something. But to say, like, she's the real slut from the 90s. How on earth can you say that about Candy?
90s and 2000s.
For the 99 and the 2000. She's been backing it up all that time, and that's fine. But I honestly think that's why Marlo has such a problem with Kenya, because Kenya came from foster care the same as she did, and Kenya made it in Hollywood, and she didn't have to lay on her back to do it. And I think that Marlo is jealous of that because you all are on the same platform now, but you did it in a way that was dirty, and you're envious of Marlo because of that. And like Candy said years ago, she can buy every motherfucker in here if she wants to take care of everybody in there. So that's the reason Marlo doesn't like her, because
that's
Candy's money
nobody's
isn't
fault
attached
but
to a man like Marlo's is.
Yeah, that's nobody's fault but Marlo. Because I honestly, outside of like her mugshots and everything, when she came on the show and people asked her how she got her money, she never really said. But I guess eventually she said something about how she got her money, or it was brought to the light. But that's on her. That
I don't think that Marlo dislikes Candy. I think Marlo is trying to play a character. I think Marlo wants to be hated, but I think Marlo is trying to like fill the Nene spot, but where Nene did it authentically. Nene will be a bitch, but she be funny and we love her. Marlo don't know where to find that balance. So she's trying to do the most.
But if you actually go back from when they went to the trip in Africa, Marlo didn't see it for Candy then. That's why Candy had to curse her out at the reunion, because she was talking about Todd then. They weren't married yet. They had just, started dating when they went to Africa. So and let's not forget, Marlo and Candy knew each other because Marlo used to date Candy's cousin or godbrother or something.
Yep.
So she's never been close with her, and that's kind of why Candy is looking like, you always talking about support. Like, I always support you, and you're going to get on TV and make it seem like, and as much as Candy does in the community, attack her on something else. Like, let's just not be ridiculous. Like, let's make it something stupid. Keep calling her a hoe or something, but don't talk about all of Hollywood she been ran through, because we don't know that. We ain't never heard that. That's a lie. Say something like, but not so nasty where you can't come back from it.
Nasty and rude.
So nasty and so
Marlo's reads are never really reads. They're just always her saying really, really mean things. And it's a wonder to me that Kenya is even giving her any time after she said what she said about her. I would pay Marlo dust. I would have nothing for her after that whole little campfire around the fire stuff she said about Kenya's mom. She knows it's a sore spot. I would have nothing for Marlo if I were Kenya.
Taylor, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Am I echoing still?
Yep, you good.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so
speaking of that, so like I like Marla, but I do agree that like she be like taking things to hell for left field. I'm just like, oh, we going there because
Yep.
because when she and Sheree were having that little me and go talk, I was like, oh, well, I'm like, no, wait, no,
It didn't call for all that. Mm-mm.
yeah, but like. Even I understand, like I do understand Kenya giving Marla time of day because like you can even though that was a low blow, I did watch Marla on her most recent Watch Happens Live, and she does agree herself that was a low blow and that she regrets that. So like she knows that it was bad. So like I think you gotta like get if you want to like it's like I like how Kenya does things like even if you have like followers to somebody, you want to give them a chance to see if they changed. That's for Marla, like yeah, because like everyone does deserve like if they've changed, like give them like watch and see, but like I think I don't know. I think Kenya and Mara like oil and water. Like I do like their friendship, but there's something about them that they could be friendly, but then something happens and then they just like drift away. I'm just like, dang, because like we're gonna see next week. The big fallout between them. So I'm just like, oh Lord. And
Right.
and with Marlo and Candy, like I like how they've been getting along like this. So I hopefully they can like fix it after this because like
Nah, they won't.
yeah, because I'm still of the belief that like Marla saying even going gutter with even Marla going gutter with the stuff, it's still not worse than what Portia and them did to her back in season 9. That's just me though. But
Ooh, that is so true. It's not worse than what Portia and what's that girl? Phaedra. What's that girl? It's not worse than what Portia and Phaedra have done, but yeah, I just don't think not anytime soon.
Yeah, I get it. Not anytime soon, but like hopefully sometime in the future because like even Marla going gutter, I don't think this is something that they can't come back from. If her and Portia can come back from that,
yep, you're right.
Well, let's not forget that Sheree was also a part of the conversation with,
yeah.
you know, her and Shamia, you know, with the finger, how, you know, Faye made the face at the table with the finger insert here. So I think Candy is very forgiving. I think that if her and Marlo actually had a friendship before this, then yeah, she'd be able to move past it. But since that's not the case, you know, she's just another person that she has to film with. So to hell with, you know, trying to make things okay.
And I think Candy said that like in a recent interview. I think somebody was interviewing her on like the red carpet or something, and she like literally
Billboard Awards.
Yeah, she was like cussing. I don't think she hear from Marla. I think she done with her.
Nerves.
Yeah, like right now. I know right now they're like beefing, but who knows what could happen in a few years. Oh, speaking of Marla, can I talk about the hand-me-downs real quick?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so when it comes to hand-me-down stuff, I get where Marla's coming from, and I feel like she is coming from a good place when it comes to her foundation, because I do think that, say whatever you want about Marla, but I do think she cares about like her foundation, especially when you see how she is with her nephews. I think she really does care. However, when I heard that, the thing is, hand-me-downs can still be good clothes, so I don't feel like you should like reject them outright. So I feel like she should have accepted Candy's offer, and then I heard from Bonnie's review that she could have. Because I didn't hear this when I watched the episode, that you could have went over and like looked through them. That because if I were Marla, I would be like, if I was Marla, and that was my thing, and if I heard that I could look through them, I'll be like, oh wait, I can look through them. Bet, let me come over. You know. Yeah. So basically, it's like a mindset thing. I don't think she's coming from like a hateful place when it comes from her foundation, but like it's just like a mindset thing. And I hate that she's making it like seem like Candy was coming from a bad place, because she wasn't. But like, I guess that's Marla just trying to make a show, because like I feel like Marla, I do like Marla, but like she says things out of her butt sometimes.
I didn't even think about it. Like, honestly, like if you think about, well, I don't know always hand-me-downs, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm giving some stuff away to the Goodwill. It'll be things like I was too lazy to return, like online, that it was never worn a lot of times. So more than likely, with Candy being the celebrity she is, maybe she's gotten things and they were sample sizes and she couldn't wear them. You know, some of them may not even have been worn by her. So I feel like Marlo really jumped out the window with that statement, and it was rude.
Right. Yeah.
Marlo lacked tact. because it would have been nothing to say, oh, Candy, I really do appreciate that, but we don't provide the
Exactly.
goods with, refurbished clothing.
Exactly.
However, I
Exactly.
can put you in touch with another donation facility that can take them. Marlo would have only done that to Candy or Kenya because she has it out for them. Marlo isn't ignorant, and I'm quite sure Marlo would have taken those and would have appreciated those so much if she would have gotten them years ago when she was in that situation. Because not
Essentially, ain't that
every
what the archive is?
it
Or hand
is,
me
Yes,
down
somebody
clothes?
did say that in the comments. That is what Lee Archive is, low key.
and
Yeah,
we
like
know what Marlo does for a living. So I gotta put my privates in the area you had yours. That's a lawsuit. No, ma'am.
Do we know what
do
Marlo does?
yeah, do is that proven though?
I'm sorry, allegedly. Shout
Right.
out to Alex.
Yeah, she had all those clothes dry clean.
Yup. Well, I appreciate y'all calling in. That's all I got pretty much for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So thank you, Amber. Thank you, Real in Dots and Taylor M.
Thank you for having us, Necey.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes,
Necey.
thank you. Keep up the great work.
Loved
Thank
it.
you.
Yes,
Bye.
keep up the great work.
All right, y'all. So that is all I have for these reviews today. Woo, goodness. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. I know I definitely did. I felt like all in all, like the shows were just not giving that much this week. So I wanted to come on and have a face-to-face or voice-to-voice conversation. So if y'all like this lineup, y'all be sure to comment, let me know. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter where you can get updates if I am not live. Because y'all know I usually go live on Mondays and today is a Tuesday. But yesterday was a holiday. So yeah. Follow me everywhere, okay? And I will see y'all on tomorrow, y'all. That's also another announcement I want to make. So instead of Ooh Ladies First Panel being on Thursdays like it usually is, tomorrow you can catch me and all the ladies on Jaylee's Corners channel tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern, where we're going to talk about all the TV shows. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.